Yo, how's it going, guys? KPR here bringing us another video, and today I'll be letting you guys know what is the best class in Battlefield 6. And what I mean by that are from the 4 classes being Assault, Recon, Engineer, and Support. And if you guys played the game for quite a while, you guys will know that which classes are insanely useful and which other ones aren't really that great. And today I'm here to break it down for you guys and show you guys what class is truly the greatest out of all 4 of them. Now, let's start off with the worst class in the game, and that is Assault. This should come to no surprise to anyone. The only saving grace it has is that you have a spawn beacon and you capture points a bit faster, and for your teammates around you as well. Those 2 things are the only useful things it has. I unlocked everything for Assault. I unlocked its new passive, or not new passive, but its other passive, which makes it so whenever someone spawns in your spawn beacon, they have 2 seconds of adrenaline. And the adrenaline, which is usually your main gadget that you keep getting over and over again without needing the support to supply you. It gives you a speed boost, you are immune to flashbangs, and you get a bit of a resistance towards explosives. I generally do not know what the resistance is, like if it's 20%, 25%, but either ways, it is not really that useful from what I've seen. The flashbangs and stuff, it can be alright at times, but if you're in any of the maps where the sun just gives a huge glare from the beginning, the adrenaline is not going to make it better at all. It actually makes it feel worse because it seems like your screen gets brighter and it gets more saturated. So once you accidentally see that glare in the map, it is insanely annoying and just hinders your vision a lot. When I saw it also said adrenaline shot, I thought that it was going to give me a little bit of a health speed boost, but it doesn't. The only way that you're able to get that speed boost is through its other passive, the one where it gives you the spawn beacon stuff. I generally forgot what it was called, but I mainly use that one because I feel like it's a bit more useful than the other one. The other one, it lets you reload a bit faster with the shotgun when you unlock it, and it also gives you another lethal along with faster ADS walk speed. The other one, just getting a bit, not even a bit, you get 50% faster health regen, and that alone is insanely useful. I typically gravitate towards things that aren't really that good, and I gravitated towards Assault a lot, and that's how I knew this is complete dog water. I do love playing Support though a lot. I would say that's my second most played class, and I have to say Assault just doesn't bring much to the table. Your deploy beacon gets destroyed if you're the one that spawns in on it. Of course you can put another one down, but there have been a lot of moments where there are enemies already right there and my teammates need to spawn in, but I just get murked right away, so we're not able to capitalize on that spawn beacon. So yeah, and then when I saw that you were able to unlock a incendiary shotgun, I did not think it was going to be good, but I just didn't think it was going to be horrible. The shotgun does no damage if you shoot it directly at someone. It will leave a little bit of flames on the ground wherever you shoot, but other than that, it really just does tickle damage, and I would not suggest running this at all. Also, I forgot to mention that the class proficiency is assault rifles. I do not really like any of the assault rifles in this game. Maybe I just have to unlock some other ones, but so far I've unlocked half of them and they're not really that great in my opinion. Another thing I found weird though as I was playing Battlefield 6 at the very beginning is that the only thing that is class based are the lethals. And for Assault, all you get are frags, flashbangs, or a stun. Brother, this is Assault. I thought I was going to get some badass grenade or like a thermite at least. But nah, you don't get that. I also didn't mention one of the worst parts about it is that you only get 6 gadgets. A pistol that shoots out a stun that latches onto the wall and then it explodes. Stuns, honestly, don't really seem to do too much. It does help out secure kills once in a while, but you can still get murked fairly easily by someone who got stunned. You also get a ladder that helps you get onto terrain that you're not really supposed to be able to get onto, but people have been doing the drone glitch, so that's how they get up right now. The supply beacon and the incendiary shotgun, pretty self-explanatory. And you also get a grenade launcher. It is alright, but if you're trying to actually take out the tanks with it, you ain't gonna do no type of damage to it, so don't keep trying with that. Switch to engineer and actually take it out like that. But yeah, those are the 6 gadgets you get. You could also just do overkill and have 3 weapons, but I've never really saw the point in doing that. Like, I don't want to have another overkill weapon. I do see other people doing it from time to time, but for the main part, they're still just using one primary instead of taking two primaries. So Assault definitely just the worst class and needs some love to it, whether they change it up with the gadget distribution or just give it more stuff in order to make it viable and useful to take. I would say this is probably just a D tier class. It's not the greatest at all. Moving on to technically the second worst class or the third best, however you look at it. But for me, it is still kind of selfish of a class, and that being Recon. I still think it's better than Assault, but that's just because Assault is generally just the worst of the worst. There's like nothing that is helping it besides the spawn beacon. For this, the gadget that you get infinitely is a little recon, not recon drone, a little deployable recon that keeps pinging for a while, and on the minimap you'll be able to see enemies pinged by it. You can put this somewhere useful in order for your team to benefit from it as well, or you can kind of be selfish and wherever you camp by to make sure you're not going to be caught off guard, you can just put it around there. The best thing about Recon is that its third passive gives you a critical headshot, and with sniper rifles only though. And this makes it so whoever you headshot with the sniper rifle, they will not be able to get rezzed again. So this is insanely useful for rush and breakthrough. But in other game modes, I don't know how much of an impact it will do. Of course, it could also be useful just to stop enemies from pushing. If you're just some insane sniper and you're able to get these headshots insanely well, then you're definitely going to be popping off with this class. And that's why I don't really think it's that bad of a class. You also only get 6 gadgets: the laser designator, recon drone, C4 explosives, tracer dart, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing one. Oh, and the dummies, headshot dummies, and you need to use those in order to complete some challenges. For the most part, the things I have said are pretty mid, but right now, due to the glitch being so prevalent, it is kind of useful for those that want to abuse that. I personally don't like using it because, well, it's just really annoying to just fly up somewhere high, get to somewhere you're not supposed to be, and the enemy team just screws you over like that. I've encountered it quite a few times where that glitch happened, and I'm just like, dog, this is really annoying. But thankfully, in the next section of it, since we were playing Rush, they could not really exploit it too much. But either ways, I generally do not know why they don't add death barriers and in those really high places where there is obviously no plane in the map or helicopter that you could get on in order for those death barriers to become a problem. But that's just my opinion. But anyways, Recon, the gadgets don't really seem the greatest, but the C4, you could also just use it to put it on top of that drone or put it on a car you are riding in order to just ram into the tanks and take it out, because tanks are insanely annoying. So Recon is kind of good at doing that as well. I also don't mind a good sniper in my team, especially if they are using that passive where they cannot be rest if they are fatally headshotted. Shit is actually fire, and yeah, just provides a lot of cover fire for you, and you're going to be able to take some points fairly easy. They also used to have the spawn gadget, but they took it away from them in order for people to actually use Assault. So that's why you may see some people playing Assault just because they have that redeploy beacon, or not redeploy, but yeah, the spawn beacon. This probably would be named a good class, but it is just insanely selfish at times. But either ways, I would say this is a solid C tier class. If you're going to put in some work with it, you'll definitely be able to bring it out to its full potential. Moving on to the favorite classes of this game, especially from the devs. Here is Engineer. I would say is the second best class in the game, and the reason being is because not only does it heal the tanks or repair them, whatever you guys want to say about it, it also is the one that destroys them for the most part, since they decided to bundle up support from Battlefield 1 and Assault. They have the most gadgets in the game. I believe they have around 8, I want to say. No, I think they have 10. My fault. But anyways, they have multiple launchers. They have 4 in total. One you have to unlock through challenges, and I believe the one you unlock through challenges is much better because it is aim guided. So wherever you're aiming at, the rocket's going to fly that way. And the lock-on one that is specifically for the grounded vehicles, that one's also good for taking out tanks. But just letting you guys know right now, it will not be able to destroy one if you're the only one using it. And the reason why I hate that support from BF1 and Assault got merged into Engineer is because you are not able to resupply yourself like you used to be able to in Battlefield 1, because the only thing you get for a alleged supply crate is for tanks. I do not like that at all. I think that's insanely stupid, because it's like, dog, you obviously made this class to not only pocket the hell out of those tanks, annoying as hell too since they're insanely strong, but they are also able to repair those tanks insanely fast. If you have 2 engineers on that hoe, you best be praying that 4 other people try to shoot at it at the same time with rockets, because if you don't have that many, you might get screwed. You might not be able to take out that tank, and they're going to be taking your OBJs like nothing. The other thing that is insanely useful for taking out tanks are the anti-tank mines. Those, they run into 3 mines. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. I believe they ran into 3 of my mines, and that's when they got instantly destroyed. And they were actually trash talking me. They were whining because I kept murking their tanks like that. They're like, KPR, you're trash. KPR, hop off my dick. And I was like, dog, I genuinely hate you. I do not like you at all. I am purposely doing this because tanks in this game are overpowered as hell. And I hate how the one class that pockets them is the same one that's going to be able to take them out. And that's why it has the most gadgets in the game as well. It is truly insane which class is. It's obvious that the devs actually enjoy using, and which other classes they're just like, just give them 6. I'm sure no one really be complaining, but if they do, maybe we'll do something, maybe we won't. We honestly do not care about those 2 other classes. So Engineer, definitely a high B tier. It's almost A tier. Like I said, the rockets don't really feel the greatest, and the aim guided one, it is good, but you only get 2 missiles even if you are using the first passive for Engineer. Your weapon proficiencies are also SMGs, but all it does is give you a tighter hip spread. That is good because some of these are insanely small, and I was really surprised. So you could definitely be just hip firing the entire time at long ranges, because either ways you get bloom, so it doesn't really feel like there's much of a difference if you are aiming down sights. But either ways, like I mentioned already, high B tier for sure. Now, this should come to no surprise to anyone. The best class in the game is definitely Medic. The supply crate alone is insanely useful. They decided to bundle up support from Battlefield 1 and the Medic, and they were just like, you know what, the supply crate will give you both ammo and health. But I generally hate that. I thought that the supply crate would give you something else from the engineers. It would give you specifically more rockets so you're able to take out those tanks. But no, they're like, oh, these are rockets for the tanks. I was like, bruh. So yeah, the only way to actually get rockets for your RPG, the aim guided rocket, my fault, are to have a medic on your team and just be throwing supply pouches at you, or to be throwing down that crate. So Medic just has so many good items. It has some good gadgets as well. You are able to have a trophy system that can either block lethals or they can block tank shells. Brother, I don't know why they didn't just combine them into both. That was kind of dumb in my opinion. And they have 2 grenade launchers as well. One is a smoke grenade launcher, which, well, throws out an impact smoke grenade. It is actually pretty useful. I didn't think it'd be that good, but people aren't really running thermals right now, and that's why it's insanely good. Smokes in this game are actually useful due to that fact alone. And the other grenade launcher is an incendiary one. I do not know why didn't they give this to Assault instead of support. Brother, that is too good, and people are spamming it. And the other lethal that you can get for support are incendiary grenades. Brother, they just wanted you to be real annoying with the best class in the game. And the other gadgets that you can unlock are, of course, or not unlock, but defib. You get it from the very first rank, and you can unlock a supply pouch, which I don't really get. I understood why they had it in Battlefield 1, and that was because of the anti-tank kits. I forgot what they were called, but they had sentry kits, sniper kits, and stuff like that. And then you can put in some real work with those, and you can just pocket them as the medic. And that's why you would have the supply pouches. You just throw it at them from far away or while you were right next to them so they can get healed instantly. But in this game, they're pretty unnecessary. You just throw down a crate wherever your team may be, and then you'll get it a few seconds after again, and you're going to be able to just keep putting that thing down since it's infinite, unlike the other games. So yeah, medic, just the best class overall. I am trying to unlock some other stuff on it, but even with some of the base items that you had, they are insanely useful. Like, you also get a mortar for support. Brother, why are you giving them so many good items? Engineer and medic or support are definitely the favorite classes of these devs that actually put in way more support for them. And for Assault and Recon, they were just like the middle childs, essentially. They just ignored them, gave them a few items, they gave them the bare minimum, and they're like, yeah, I'm sure that should be alright for now. The proficiency for this class are LMGs. The LMGs, they're alright. They're not the greatest either, but I do love some of the LMGs they have in this game. I always have loved the M60, and I think the other LMG I like a lot is the DRS. It does 33 damage. It is insanely good in my opinion, but you do have to unlock the mags for it to actually feel like an LMG. The only thing that feels LMG about it is how beefy it feels and it looks as well. So medic is just an S tier class in the game. Nothing really rivals it besides engineer at times, but that's only if the engineer is actually good at pocketing that tank. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the classes in the game, if you guys feel like some of these are kind of useless compared to the other ones, and if the other classes need more gadgets. Hopefully the matches are going much better for you guys and your medics are actually rezzing you guys, because for me it can be pretty inconsistent whether my medics will actually res me. Sometimes I'll be 5 meters away and they will be like, shit dog, you see that kill over there? I need to go get that. And they will just run away. But anyways, my dudes, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you guys are enjoying the content, please subscribe. With that being said, have a good day and stay safe. Later.